From the ashes of the old world, in the shadows of the last great war, the world was shattered by magic. Plains became deserts, mountains crumbled into the sea. Witches and heretics are burned in the street, lined with oathbreakers hung by their necks. Where once was law, order, empire, now only hardship and savagery remain. To the east, in Highport, a weary king rules an ungrateful people. To the west, his brother keeps swords sheathed and words of rebellion at bay. To the north and south, savage elves and cowardly dwarves openly practice arcane arts, shrouded by leaf and stone. In a time when a man's worth is measured by his word, when might makes right, and a quick death is a mercy, only those more foolish than brave venture far from home. The age of peace and prosperity has ended. In its place, only strife.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Age of Strife. How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday morning?
Pretty good.
Great. Right.
Excited.
Yeah. We're still here, so we're good.
Still alive for now. What have you guys been up to in the last week since Age of Strife? Since we last played Age of Strife, what's been going on in your personal lives? Tyler?
Oh, what have I been doing? Mostly a lot of work. We started hiring some more people, and so that was fun. Had to go through a bunch of programmer interviews, which is always interesting. You see all kinds when you do that sort of thing. And other than that, I started DMing a game. I think I talked about this last week. I started DMing a game for my brother and one of my friends. And, haven't completely prepared for it, and it's right after the show, so it'll be fun.
Oh joy. You said that was a Pathfinder game, right?
Yeah.
What do you have in store for them? Or are you still having no idea?
No, I know they're going to go to this small town and investigate a missing secret agent that they've been sent to find and figure out what happened to him.
Sounds interesting.
Yep.
What about you, Patrick? What's been up for the last, week? 8 days?
Yeah, 8 days, I think. I did a lot of marathon stream watching. That was fun. I tried driving out to this overlook near my house.
Oh, that would have been great.
It's called Cooper's Rock. It's super nice. If you Google it, you'll probably see pictures of the overlook.
Is it spelt like the Mario Cooper?
No, that'd be great though. I drove out there only to find out that the road was blocked. I guess it's closed for the winter or something. So,
Oh wow, this place is gorgeous.
yeah, it's really nice.
I would have loved a field report from out here.
Yeah, I was really excited about it, but apparently they don't want people driving in the winter around there. I don't know why.
Crazy.
But yeah, I did that. I've also been playing a lot of XCOM, the first one.
How are you digging it?
It's really fun, but it's a lot harder than I expected. I guess.
Yeah, isn't it?
I went in on normal Iron Man thinking, you know what, normal, it's gonna be easy. So easy. And it was easy for a while, and then I got to a point where it started getting tough. And I ended up losing my whole squad of colonels. And I was like, time to start over.
Yeah, you really do need to keep depth of rank, you know?
Yeah,
It's not enough to just train one really good team, because something happens.
Yeah, I mean, I had a decent second team, but I lost all of them on a different mission.
Oh.
So there was a pretty long struggle where I was trying to build up these squaddies, and they all kept dying. That was tough.
Fuck Mutons, right?
Yeah, Mutons are the worst.
What about you, Autumn?
I started the hormone replacement therapy. I've started on the small bits, and I'll get an injection on Wednesday, which means I'm on the system here in
Awesome.
National Health Service.
How long
And,
is that process?
The process, forever.
Forever and ever? Yeah.
You just start small until you get up to the recommended dosage, and then stay on it and be monitored forever.
Is it
That's how
usually? Is it always injections, or is it pills, or how does it work? If you don't mind my asking.
Taking 2 pills a day,
Mhm.
and the injection is the testosterone blocker, which
Okay.
is every 2 or 3 months. I've forgotten. And
Very
apart from
exciting.
that, I'm running hopefully 1 game a week of one-shots, and my usual game on Thursdays, where they did well. They finished off all the stuff they need to do and are now going to move on to the high-level campaign. The one-shots, though, I had Sir Slothman, and he succeeded against a dungeon where it was actually incredibly difficult for one player. He made a giant mistake, which falling into a mimic. He beat the initiative and criticaled it, but still got knocked unconscious. He was saved because he had a few teammates, NPC teammates. He dealt 22 damage, I believe, in his attack.
Wow, it's quite a
Yeah.
bit of damage.
Yeah, he's using the OP weapon, Katana.
Of course.
And of course, he's always going to beat the initiative with that. So,
What about you, Jeff?
Not a great deal. I finally feel like I'm ready for the year with work, so all the business development stuff is all out the way, so ready to just get into it, put up and everything. Apart from that, it's just all the things I said last week. We got the aircon put in, so fantastic. That's now working. Puppy's coming on Wednesday, so I put fences up over the weekend. Apart from that, nothing really interesting.
Right. So, why don't we recap what happened last week?
A lot of stuff. That's what it feels like, anyway.
It should be our catchphrase. We got the message that there was attacks in Sketch down the south, and there was a werewolf just suddenly popped out from one of the people and started munching on people. So after that, it came north and came into the town. I believe that Luther wanted to sell the necklace, the cursed necklace, so he dug it up and went there to sell it. Managed to sell it for a lump of mithril ore, and then the Thresher family came in to take control of the caravan because they thought the werewolf was in there, so they were questioning. In the meantime, I was just blacksmithing away, but everyone else was in the town square when the werewolf in disguise turned tail and ran, and a chase pursued to the crypts, the same place that the werewolf last went, which killed Ty, and a fight broke out, and eventually we chased it off. At that point, the Countess got very annoyed at everything that was happening, to see the threats coming into town, so she went to tell off all the nobles, say we all need to work together. At which point, we brought up some things about rebuilding the wall to make Wadsworth great again. We also brought up the setting up a militia, and then the Wyatts came to us afterwards because they also had this huge announcement that they had found traces of gold up in Tuk Tuk Mountains, and so that we offered. Then there was a discussion, and they offered us something in return for keeping our grubby little hands off their gold once they got the operations going. And I think then we had a discussion about that, and spent the next week doing our homework. So we now have a plan.
Okay.
we just missed that the morning of that day, there was the funeral of Lady Wyatt.
Ah, yes.
How did she die? That's kind of important.
Yeah.
It is. It is indeed. Elves.
Death by elf.
She was out hunting with some of her foot soldiers and her knight, and they were attacked by, accordingly, one visible elf and a few around in the trees shooting arrows. They slew one of them while it took out many of her foot soldiers, including her and her knight, Keljana, killed and took the body of the elf.
Yes.
Thinking about it is a strange thing to do, but okay.
All right. So let's do a quick check-in with the rest of the kingdom. In the southwest, the Blackguard has emerged from the woods after many encounters with the orcs. They've lost fully 1/4 of their men, most of their horses and pack animals, and quite a bit of their gear, weapons, shields, supplies, that sort of thing. But they're mostly alive and have come out wounded and in a pretty battered condition. So that's news from the rest of the kingdom right now. And you guys are in your home. It's probably the next day. So what day are we on? What day did we start on last week? Like the 8th?
It was Tuesday the 3rd.
Oh my god. All right, we're like a month behind almost now. All right, so I guess today is, unless there's anything you guys want to do, why don't we just skip to the next Sunday like we always do? Is there anything you would have wanted to do in those first few days?
Yes, we have to get onto the werewolf straight away before we lose the tracks.
All right, then let's pick up the next morning.
Okay.
So it is Wednesday the 4th. You guys are in your house. What are you up
Did
to?
anyone take damage?
Me. Lots and lots of damage.
Yeah, you were down to 1. Right?
Yep, 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And
I
half
guess-
move speed forever. That
Luther
last.
would have been trying to tend Arthur a little bit, and at the same time, I don't know if anybody else is up with him, but he was just up just like planning and like writing things down, and like it would have been a very interesting montage. By very interesting, I mean it would just be him sitting at his desk.
Yeah, I probably would have been there with you then if you made it known. And for the first time ever, I did not drink while
Oh.
planning. Yes,
My
it
god.
could also be because we ran out of the wines that I've got. But
That's
you know,
true. You might just be out of alcohol for the time being.
He would just be too poor to drink.
Just basically a college student.
I meant to ask you, Neil.
Yes.
In this, the healing kit for this setting, what items are in there?
Ooh, you've got scissors, a sharp small knife, bandages, some sort of tongs.
It has a needle and thread as well, yeah.
Needle and thread, yeah, definitely. I don't know.
That
Those
sounds
sorts
like
of things.
that sounds like the right amount of things. There's definitely no like alcohol for sanitizing in there. Right?
No. This is your quick and dirty medical kit on the go.
Okay, yeah. All right, that sounds about right. Okay.
So the next morning, you guys are all awake. Some of you probably up all night. Others just waking up. Arthur's still at 1 HP. And you guys are going werewolf hunting.
Yeah, but I think we have a few things to try and take care of first. I don't know. I guess I'll ask Arthur. How quickly do you think tracks disappear? How long can we track the werewolf before?
Well, longer we wait, the less chance there is that we could follow it, especially if it rains. No one's got control over that. And, well, the longer we wait, the farther away they can go.
the elves probably have control over that. They'll probably send rain unceasingly.
I don't know about that, but sure.
Well,
I do think if that's the case, we'll have to take care of it today. But there are a few things to do first. So just rest up, Arthur. And it's fun. We need to talk to Maximilian.
Well, let's do it with Max now, and I think then we should head out straight away before we lose the tracks. We need to see if the tracks are there to see if we can take this any further.
Also, remember, werewolves, they spread their curse, don't they? But if any of the muckers out there contract it, how can we be sure that there's not more by now?
If they've been bitten, we'll have to kill them if they're not already dead. We don't have the luxury of time like we did with Ty. What little luxury that we had anyway, and we don't have the wolfsbane. We'll just have to kill them.
All right.
I think the blacksmith will be done with the silver dagger I asked him for. But I'm not going to be in any good shape to use it.
Well, I could throw it, I suppose, if you wouldn't mind that.
No, don't. Keep it on you if we do encounter the werewolf. You use it to finish them off whatever's appropriate.
You can use that bow, can't you, Squire?
I can use that what?
The bow? Have you got a bow?
Yes. Yeah, I can use that from range, but getting in close to that thing, it's just too fast.
Well, let's get going. We'll need to talk with. I suppose we don't need to talk with Maximilian immediately, but we do need to talk with the Threshers before we leave.
Well, I guess the only thing we need to do is, as we discussed last night, brother, we need to make sure that Maximilian puts in a little extra padding, just in case the Countess charges us a 10% fee.
Well, that's fine. Certainly a good idea.
I mean, it wouldn't be smart for her to charge a 10% fee since we're providing expertise, but who knows?
Also, we don't have an income.
Yes, we're losing
Yes.
money rather than gaining. I don't know what they're going to tax, really.
Actually, that's a very good point, isn't it? 10% of no cash flow.
Well, I suppose we should talk to him anyway. Let's make this quick.
Very good.
You guys go on ahead. I'll pack the donkeys and have all the weapons and armor ready to pick up and go.
Very good. Take the Squire with you. He can help you with the lifting.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys head out and quickly find yourself across the street at the gate of, you said the Thresher families. Where are you going?
No, just to Max.
Oh,
Talk
Max.
to Max, and then we're going
Right.
to talk to the Threshers.
Right, Max first. So you go upstairs and find Max tinkering in his room. He looks up, sees you guys. What's going on?
Max, I believe you mentioned this the other day, but we definitely need to get on this wall plan immediately.
I'm drawing up the plans right now.
Perfect. And Spawn and I thought, just in case, that we should leave a little extra in the funding that we're going to request, in case the Countess wants tax from us as well.
Well, didn't you say she wanted 10% from all the families?
Yes.
Why wouldn't that mean us?
Well, she said 10% of the income of all the families, and we have 0 income.
I guess that's a pretty good point. 10% of 0 is still 0.
Yes.
But we don't have 0 income.
Well, we have a little, and I suppose the 10% may be added to the tax that's already on our house. So that's what we were going to ask to leave into the plans, just in case. And also, we were thinking the Countess might like some ballistae on her walls. So maybe you could include the cost for those in the wall as well.
Right. Will do. Is there anything else? I'm going to need to head out and take a survey of what remains of the wall now that the lighting's good.
No, we're going to head out shortly as well. We're going to be hunting the werewolf, hopefully. So,
He gets a kind of a dark look on his face. Takes a moment and says, "Be careful."
we'll do our best.
You've got a squire for a reason now. Don't take any unnecessary risks.
Well, my squire may be a bit under the weather right now, but I'll take that in consideration.
I get the feeling the last time they fought, Luther did not take any risks while the squire jumped in perfectly. I think that's very well done. I just want to say, Max, you're probably the most important person in the kingdom at the moment. How's it feel?
Like you're being condescending?
No, actually.
He's being quite truthful. There aren't any other engineers here, are there?
He gives a bit of a shrug. None that I'm aware of. At least not in Wadsworth. I'm sure some of the other families have students that. No, we don't talk too much. So
Well, regardless, this wall is very important to everyone. So
right.
he may be being more truthful than you know.
What's this maybe?
Well, come on, Stefan. You've never really been an honest, nice guy. You're always kind of a dick.
There is my honesty.
Yeah,
Is it
but
nice
so when
and
you
just
say
a-
nice things, we can't always trust that you're actually being nice. Thus my hesitation.
Look, I understand. It's more fun that way, don't you think?
I think it's more fun for you. Yes.
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 Exactly. Anyway, enjoy yourself. Make sure you put a little bit of extra padding into that for our benefits, and keep the crossbow section separate on the report, so it gives us a reason to go see the Countess.
Will do. I'll bring up one for the walls, one for ballistas.
And don't forget to make the ballista mobile.
He drums his fingers on the table. Don't you have a werewolf to slay?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. A mobile ballista would really help with that, by the way, cousin.
You know what would also help with that? People going out and killing it.
Hey, are you volunteering?
I have reports to file. Unless you'd like to take over my paperwork.
Oh,
Lots
no,
of numbers,
no.
calculations.
I understand. We'll deal with the werewolf.
Very
you deal
little
with
drinking.
paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Good day, cousins, servants, squire.
You realize they're not in the room, cousin, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, anyway. I guess we head
Wow.
up to the Threshers.
Okay.
Obviously, paperwork is very draining stuff. But
Stefan, please.
I think our dumb sister has the idea. Don't learn to read and write.
Okay. So let's take a look at the town. The Threshers live right across the street from you. Nope, that's not true. They live up the block from you, just a smidge. So you take the 30-second walk to the Thresher estate. One of the servants lets you in to the small parlor near the front door. And a few moments later, you are joined by one of the Thresher family members, whose name I'm looking up right now. You are joined by Cat Thresher, the head of the family.
Good morning, Lady Thresher. I suppose, as you can see, with us in our armor and whatnot, we're heading out to track the werewolf.
Yes.
We assumed, well, we didn't assume, we thought we'd come to ask if you'd like to send some help with us. men-at-arms, maybe. On the condition that you, of course, would get glory from the kill. We would come back and get the bounty and your assistance.
I've already sent my soldiers out looking for this foul beast.
Well,
Good luck catching up to them.
I suppose we'll meet them on the way. I hope that they're still alive when we get there.
Are you saying my men can't handle themselves?
No, I'm simply saying that they may not have experience with such beasts. It's very dangerous.
Good luck. Good hunting.
We appreciate it.
Is this all of your men? Just the one?
No, we have more. Waiting at the gate.
Regardless, that's all that we need. We have already killed one werewolf, although it did cost us our brother. Good in the way. However, we do have the expertise, so certainly there is a risk that we will kill this werewolf. Would you prefer if we did not go out to compete with your men? I understand that there's been a lot of there was a lot of words thrown around in the square about negligence, etc.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, but it doesn't sound very diplomatic.
Well,
Didn't you hear the
What
Countess?
he's saying is, we suppose that if you're confident that your men can take it down, there's no point in us going out.
Because you have first right, is what we're saying.
Yes.
What we're offering you is we would be prepared, even if we do slay the beast, for it to be known that it was you that slayed it. To, as you said, further increase their help working together, and to restore your name.
And what do you get out of this?
Why? You give us the bounty in return for this.
You do the work, you get the bounty, I get the credit.
Yes, but we
Correct.
would have your men with us.
My men are already deployed. I cannot send them with you, nor would I. I don't understand what you're up to here, but something
Oh.
smells off about it.
If we kill the werewolf on our own, of course you won't get the glory. We're just simply saying, if we had your assistance, you would get the glory.
My men are already deployed.
Maybe we'll meet them.
Very well. Or maybe we no longer need to go out if you are dealing with this better.
Did you tell your men how to defeat the werewolf?
Did I tell my...
It's a
I
simple
don't know
question.
what sort of common soldier you think I am.
You're not a
But
soldier.
it is not the way of our people to instruct our soldiers on the mechanics of fighting. You see, we don't wield weapons. We leave that to the lesser people to do
So
the
does
fighting.
anyone underneath you know how to beat a werewolf?
Do you know how to beat a werewolf?
We've killed a werewolf.
Certainly done
Yes.
it before, yes.
Quite by accident, it sounds like. You just hurled things at it until it drowned. It's a story I heard, at least.
If werewolves drowned that easily, we wouldn't be chasing one right now.
Well, I think you're just wasting my time at this point. Good day. And she
Let's go.
leaves the room.
Very well. We shall certainly make aware that to the public that your men are hunting this werewolf down. However, just be aware
She's
that your
leaving the
men.
room, and as you talk, and just doesn't turn around and stop.
Okay.
I'll put my arm around Stefan and turn him around and be like, this is a competition now, right?
No.
No?
Don't you see? They're going to lose men. They're going to be weakened by this.
Yeah.
That's their choice. This is no longer our business.
We're still going out there.
I think we can still track it and see what's become of the man. if they're alive and the werewolf's dead, maybe we'll. Well, let's see what's happened.
Even if we don't find a werewolf, we could still have a look through the swamp and see if there's any sort of patrol routes we could establish or estimate while we're there.
Yes, it seems that it probably went to the swamp, going north of town, as I believe it did. So we need to be there anyway. Might as well.
Well, I mean, assuming the contingent did go out and did successfully track it, at least we know that we don't have to just track a wolf. We can
Yes, we'll be
track.
tracking men too, I suppose.
Mm.
Well, let's get going.
Okay. Neil, I would like to get some blue fabric and some red fabric and tie the blue stuff around the tip of the silver spear and tie red fabric around one of my steel spears.
Sure, done.
So that at first glance, I'm going to my donkey and I can pick up the one I need.
I like that plan. Well done.
Fancy.
And I'm leaving the spiked shield at home this day.
Okay.
Well, I guess it was just outside of town, north of the river, right?
Unless,
That's
Arthur,
where.
Arthur, do you have a shield?
Not my own, no.
You could do with a shield today. I'm going to give him my normal shield and I'll carry the spiked shield today, then. If that seems appropriate.
I nod. I say, thank you. And I didn't get a chance the other day. Thank you for showing up when you did, too. I'm pretty sure it's a spear that scared off the werewolf.
Oh, make sure to pick up your knife as well. I mean, dagger.
Yes, let's head there next.
The werewolf left on the northeast side of town.
Okay.
Yep.
So I guess we go. That's actually quite convenient. We can pick up the dagger from Smith Street, and we'll be right at the holes in the walls that we can go through.
That is rather convenient.
Okay. So you head across the bridge, pick up the dagger. You've already paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pick up the dagger and head out and back towards the edge of the river where the werewolf took off from yesterday. When you get there, you can clearly see hoof prints and footprints of people and mounted riders kind of littering the riverbank there and then heading off north and then curving west.
Are we aware that the Freshers have horses?
Yeah, they're one of the more powerful families here. They have many things at their disposal.
Neil, do their tracks go past where Ginger and I met with the werewolf and where the werewolf turned into a wolf?
So you guys went out the portcullis across the river, or down the river a little bit, and then the werewolf took off on the north bank. So they go to about where you guys saw the werewolf come onto the bank, and then they head north and then start to curve west. So it looks like they're following the werewolf tracks.
Right, cool.
Even without having looked for them yourselves. Although you do have a ranger who can find them if you'd like.
That's
Oh.
fine.
I think that's strong correlation.
Yeah. Looks like they are on top of it already. So your plan is to follow these tracks? Or what? What are you doing?
I think if Arthur can pick up the wolf tracks, that's what we'd like to follow at least. And maybe if he can see if the horse tracks diverge from the wolf tracks at any point.
Okay.
Sure. Yes.
So let's take a look at what we've got here. Where's our tracking Efficiency. Here we go. Let's see, it's been 12 hours, so penalty of 1. No rain, that's good lighting. We'll say, well, say this is normal ground. Or occasional signs of passage might be, I think the grass is normal ground. So penalty of 1 to your tracking check.
Okay. All right, here it goes.
Ooh,
There
very
we go.
nice. You pick up the werewolf trail, no problem. Actually, just looks like a wolf trail right now. But you follow it, and it follows the horse tracks quite well. Or maybe the horse tracks follow it. If you start here near the river, it heads up and west, and an hour or so later, maybe not quite, yeah, an hour, maybe a couple hours later, you find yourself at the edge of the Blackthorn Forest.
Wolf definitely came through here. Looks like the horses are still on top of it too. I think it's headed into the forest.
Straight into the forest.
If the horses are headed that way, I suppose we can too. Let's keep going at least a little ways.
Do you guys have
Yes.
your donkey with you?
We have 2 donkeys with us, right?
I'd say we just take the one out.
Okay.
Normally.
We got the one donkey carrying supplies and spears on the side. Last time we were here, we were looking for that strange moss man, weren't we?
We were.
Yes.
Well,
Nice if we stumbled upon him.
yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know.
We also found that snake around here. I think I should be looking for some more, possibly. And I am going to do that. I'm going to start looking for both poisonous animals and plants and healing poultice ingredients.
Don't you have healing poultice ingredients in your greenhouse?
I do, but I forgot to say that I was going to give Arthur a healing poultice. So
Got it. Okay. So you push your way into the forest. Anything in particular you would like to say about this trip in here?
Elves.
Elves are what you want to say?
But not see. Although I'd
Right.
rather see them than have them shoot at us.
everyone besides Arthur, of course, just be careful and watch the trees. But hopefully, as long as the horses have kept going, there won't be any elves on the path.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully so. Let's just be careful. I think we need to reevaluate before we get to the 3 mile mark. It seems like the elves are rather feisty at the moment.
Yes.
You guys continue into the forest, going deeper, and maybe an hour later, you come to the 3 mile mark where the forest suddenly becomes untamed. It's almost like a wall of untamedness, right? The plants are being cultivated and the dead things are being taken away up to a certain point, and then it's just kind of wilderness. But at this point, you see 6 mounted horsemen and 5 footmen standing around talking.
You must be the Threshers. Threshers' men, at least.
They look over at you, and sure enough, they have the symbol of wheat under the sun on a field of blue, emblazoned on their tabards.
I wouldn't recommend going any further. I'd like to take this werewolf down, but if it's gone this far, there's little we can do.
They look to you maybe a little concerned. One of them speaks up and says, "What is your plan?
Well,
Abandon the trail?"
probably. You saw what happened to the Wyatts. That wasn't even 3 miles in, I don't believe.
Of course, it would mean that your house would have been slurred, but I'd say your lives are more valuable than that if you consider it that way.
They give you dirty looks. And not the good kind.
I'm gonna turn to Arthur, say, can you tell if the tracks of the werewolf head inwards or outwards?
Pretty sure they go in where Tianyu.
Definitely heading in.
Yeah, they're definitely going through there. We have to wonder, though, do the elves want a werewolf running around in their woods any more than we'd want them running around in our towns?
Elves are foul beasts. I'm sure they made the werewolves just like they made the fish. Elves are evil, nasty.
Yeah, a wolf monster does fit in with their strange idea of twisting animals.
Here, here, says the leader of the Thresher patrol.
What's your plan? Are you going to chase it deeper?
A few of my men have already volunteered to go beyond and see what they can find. We're waiting for them to return.
I certainly hope they do. Well, are we going to follow the tracks or just leave it here? Certainly a lot more dangerous in there than even the werewolf is, probably.
Yeah, that's my big thought here. I don't see how we win going into the woods, even if the werewolf is there, and even if we do catch the werewolf.
How many people were with the Wyatts when they encountered elves?
I think
Say out loud.
Yeah, I think Luther's probably trying to remember, I guess.
It was either 5 or 10 men.
That seems to be the consensus around the Thresher troops. 5 or 10? I think they lost 5.
Yes.
No, I think they sent out 5. I'm not sure.
Either way, sending the small amount in there, they're very brave, of course, but staying together maybe safer?
I don't know, it seems like if only a few elves could do that much damage, then if we went in there, there'd be more elves to do more damage.
You guys haven't heard of the Moss Man, have you?
Local legend. A man made of moss.
Yeah, we came out here looking for him the other day and didn't find anything but some arrows raining down on us.
They seem amused by the notion of you guys looking for the Moss Man. The leader of the patrol says, I don't think the Moss Man's real.
Well, I think we might have come to that conclusion after our trip. Even if he is, he certainly didn't want to come talk to us, I guess.
Yeah, we also went looking for that lake monster, which probably isn't real either.
Yes. Well, how long did they say they were going to be gone?
They didn't. They offered to investigate further. We'll see when they return.
I understand.
Well, we shall continue on then. It seems you have the matter well in hand.
Yes, good luck to you.
And to you. They give you a courteous but brief nod and salute, and continue
If
their
we are
vigilance.
heading on inside, I'll look at Luther. No?
Unless, do you want to? I don't.
No, I'd like to look in and take a look around, but I don't want to die like everyone else will do. But, no,
I suppose we could try to follow the tracks of the men that went in. However far they made it, we can probably make it that far.
I don't see what the point of that would be. We now would have at most 2 allies in there. So even if we come up against the werewolf, that's not going to be a wise idea. And the elves. You saw the elves?
Yes.
How do we fight that?
We can't fight the elves, I don't think. El Jano is able to kill one, but she certainly looks stronger than any of us.
There is nothing here for us.
All right.
Quite frankly, it's better if everyone knows that the Threshermen died.
Well, like, even
Well, then-
yes, I think heading back is the best option. We can't go in there.
I'll turn the donkey and start heading off.
Okay. You guys head back to Wadsworth. Takes you a few hours to get there, but soon enough you are back at the gate. Or you can go through the hole in the wall, whichever you prefer. You see Maximilian out there talking with one of the guards, the town guards, looking at the walls. He's counting bricks, it looks like. He's got a servant with a little, not quite a clipboard, but a small ledger making notes for him as he walks around. He sees you guys coming, gives you a big wave. Says, "So, did you find the beast? Did you slay it?"
We tracked it. It went deep into the forest.
Hmm.
Further than 3 miles, certainly. Figured-
Well, I know that won't be bringing us any wealth, but isn't that for the better? Not only is the werewolf gone, but now the elves have to deal with a creature like that?
it could
Well,
be
that
certainly good that
depends
it's
on-
gone for now, at least. But
they could be the best of allies. We saw the giant going into the elven territory before.
Yeah.
knows?
Quite suspicious. These crafty creatures insisting on hiding behind their trees and leaves. Dark sorcerers, I hear.
So it's the last part which worry me.
Perhaps the werewolves are made by the elves.
That's what we thought. Well, what I thought. Cousin, maybe you're as smart as me.
Oh God, I hope not.
But well, you want to be dumber than me? Well, okay, that's your choice. I mean, obviously you have matters well in hand here. It seems like you're counting bricks. Do
It's
you
long
require
and
the-
tedious work, but I need an accurate estimate of how many bricks we have versus how many stones we need. And then it's a headache.
Well, tedious work is a calling for dumb people. It doesn't require the brains, so keep at it.
This is why you're single still, Stefan. You'll never find a wife with an attitude like that. No one will ever love you.
This is my plan. I get love several times a day if I want it.
I'm sure your shoulder is sore.
well,
That's a good one, cousin. That's it.
can we get
I'll
moving?
pay that one.
What do we know? What do we want to do now? We need to do something.
We do. I think Father said last time, the buried treasure at Nixon. I think that's now our only recourse to get an immediate injection of funds.
Yeah, I was about to say we either head to Nixon and get as much money as possible, or set on securing our routes through the marsh. But that's not a immediate
Well,
return.
Nixon can wait at least a little while. We need. Arthur's been limping around for a while now. I think
I agree.
probably get him back to full health before we go anywhere.
I agree. Day's rest might be a good thing, and perhaps we can talk to a couple of the put some of the other aspects of the plan in place.
Yes, I know you wanted to talk to the family a bit. Talk to them about the other houses. And I suppose we need to talk to the Countess at some point as well. But now
Yes.
let's get back and I'll start making some poultices. Need
Okay.
to make sure Arthur's back in business.
All right. So, why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll just skip ahead a few days until Arthur is healed up. How many HP are you down?
7.
7. So we'll need to skip ahead like 3 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll come back on to rest all day. So we can come back on Saturday or Sunday, whichever you guys prefer. So see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.